Hello, me hearties. A very good morning to you. It's just me, Scottie McCLUE, popping up to say hi to every single one of you. And, of course, a very big dinky-do. It's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning, and a lot of you will be jumping in and out of the shower. A lot of you will be off to work. Some of you might just be lying in your beds. And I pop up, and we can say hi. So come and join us as soon as you possibly can. And let's see if we can get a little bit of chit-chat. I want to know what you're up to today. Want to know where you're watching from. Very, very important. Remember, never scroll, never troll. That's what we do with Scottie McCLUE, saying dinky-doo to every single one of you. Fantastic. So glad you could join me. There's Jay joining us, dinky-doo Jay. So glad that you could join us. This is excellent. And we'll see if we can get as many people as possible before everybody has to dash off to work. Dinky-Doo Scottie, CBD expert. How lovely to have you with us. Always is, of course, always is. There's Andrew sending me red roses. Andrew, you're very, very kind. That's very good of you. Dinky-Doo Scottie, you've got the #1 gifter badge, Andrew, just letting you know. Driving, got to go. Yeah, you get away and have a lovely, lovely day. You deserve the best of everything. Congrats. So there you are. You've lit up the Rose Gallery, Andrew. Your kindness is huge. Absolutely huge. Fantastic. Now, who have we got here? Are you an AC/DC? Well, I'm not actually an electrician. So there you go. Never trust an electrician with no eyebrows. That's what I always say. Come and join us as soon as you possibly can. This is fantastic. Get following and get watching and swapping these videos round. Everybody with a TikTok account should follow Scottie McCLUE. Rule 1. I say to congratulations, dinky-doo. Fantastic, Ben. Thank you for that. Never trust an electrician. So there you are. Hi, Scottie from Kingman in Arizona. Lovely to have you with us. A bright spark. Yes, you can trust a lot of electricians. They're very, very fine people. So there you are. You know, I was thinking about becoming an electrician, but when I saw the wages, I got a shock. I tell you, hi, Scottie, dinky-doo, Kevin. Lovely to have you with us. Welcome, welcome, I say, from Scottie McCLUE just to you. Can you say, come on, the Glasgow Celtic? Come on to where, Sean? That's what we want to know. If I said, come on, the Glasgow Celtic, I would have to say, come on, the Glasgow Rangers, just in the interests of balance. Because that's what we do on here. We're very, very balanced. Always been balanced. Fantastic. Save Loch Lomond. Yes, what for? What for? What are you saving it for? Of course, Loch Lomond over there when the rest of us have long gone. So there we are. Sean says, not good enough, Johan. Well, not good enough from you. Hail, hail. So there you are. You hail, hail. I tell you, Chili Bee, lovely, lovely. Sean, I think we spoiled you. Less of the not good enough. What a cheek, I tell you. Now, they're building a theme park right next to it. I know, Chris, I'd heard this. I can remember going out. I used to visit a mansion called Ross-Dhu, which was the home of the Cahoon family. And the Dowager Duchess of Argyll is a daughter of the Cahoon family, I tell you. And I think she's Ivor Cahoon's daughter, if I remember right. So there you go. Now, what was interesting, I was about to drive into DINKY-DOO one day. This is a good few years ago. And I got stopped by a security guard. And he said, I'm sorry, are you a member of the club? And I said, what club? And the golf club, I think, had taken over Ross-Dhu. Have I got that right? I tell you. So there we are. Sean says, Chucky Stains. Chucky Stains, the wee white Chucky Stains. Lovely for skimming when you're down the beach. Do you ever come to Fife? If so, where's your favourite place? Favourite place in Fife? Let's just run through them. Well, you've got Kelty, Ken, Dunfermline, Ken, St Andrews, Ken, Methil, Ken, Wormit, Ken, Glenrothes, Ken, Change it Inverkeithing, Ken. You've got Aberdour, Ken, you've got, what else have you got in Fife, Ken? Ken Ross, you've got Ken Ross, Fife. Fife is probably, you've got the East Nuke, London Links, you've got Einster, or Anstruther, you've got Kings Barnes, you've got Newport in Fife, Ken. There we are. Jay says the Silver Sands, they're up in Lossiemouth, are they not? What's your view on methadone? So there we are. Well, if it helps you, Sean, my view on it would be positive, but I don't really know a lot about it. I know it's a substitute if somebody is struggling. There we are, I tell you. Now, who else have we got here? Good morning, Scottie. Good morning, Bruce, the good boy. How lovely to have you with us. And a massive dinky-doo. Guys, has everybody followed Scottie McCLUE? If you've got a TikTok account, you should be following me. So that's what it's about. So John has joined us, dinky-doo. Wabberdown, the Silver Sands, Ken. Absolutely, Ken. Got to have it every morning. All right, Sean. Okay, and is it helping? That's what we want to know. If it's helping, then I'm up for that. Anything that helps you, Sean, hail, hail. Hi, Scottie, watching from Belgium over the Killie game. Fantastic. We love it. Thoughts on the accuracy of the Braveheart movie? Oh, absolutely 100% spot on. I tell you. Historical accuracy. No, it doesn't help, says Sean. I thought you were deed, says Nobby. No, apparently not. But I will check. Don't worry, Nobby. I will check and see. Morning, Scottie. New indoors. How lovely to have you with us. I hope you liked the wee promo. Thank you for your lovely gifts. Fantastic. Mary's just joined us there. Lovely to have Mary with us. Dinky-doo from Scottie McCLUE. Never ever miss a second of Scottie McCLUE, guys, or you miss a moment of life. Look at every single TikTok video. There's something for everyone there. And we'll do more live pop-ups. We've been a wee bit lax recently because we hadn't been well with the chist. I did, sir. Very much appreciated. Absolutely new indoors. There we go. Sean's following us. Thanks, Sean. Appreciated. Dinky-doo. Hail, hail, I say. And definitely good enough, Sean, eh? What about that? I tell you, get sharing everybody and tap, tappity, tap on your phone. We popped up once for an hour and we got 10,000 people. Oh, somebody sent me a hat and mustache. I thank you very, very much. And it was new indoors. Has just sent it. You're very, very kind. Thoughts on, well, we don't talk about that because that's still ongoing. We never, ever, ever talk about any live investigation on here because you can't. People don't realise that. So there we have it. Your favourite sandwich. I'm not a big sandwich man, to be quite honest, but I think I would probably go for bacon and egg of the all-day breakfast. We love all that, dinky-doo. Up the hoops, says Mard. Yes, indeed, and up the jars, in the interest of balance. You know, what was it you say? Mon the jars. Is it mon the jars and up the hoops? Can't remember. It's one, something like that. New indoors is sending me a huge amount of red roses. Thank you so much for that, dinky-doo. If you've just joined us, you're watching Scottie McCLUE. We're live on TikTok just for you. And we're saying dinky-doo to every one of you. So you can start your day properly. Cobain says, you really make me laugh. Why? Very serious man I am. How can I make you laugh when I'm very serious? I tell you. So there we are. We do discuss a lot of funny things on here and a lot of serious things when we're in the mood. But there's so much serious stuff. Do you have any animals, Scottie? Well, Kelly, I don't know if you can see Lord Reith the Labrador just behind me in the picture. The most beautiful, beautiful dog. I'll clear a space for you so you can see him. Give me a wee second. Can you see him there, Kelly? Well, I had Lord Reith for 13 years, and they had Lord Clyde for 14 and a half. 2 black Labradors. A bacon and brown sauce on buttered mother's pride. Stop! Haven't had my breakfast yet. Oh yes, labs are amazing animals. Oh, this pair, I mean, they could outwit me in a second. Had me running after them full time. Wee bit more water, wee bit more food. Whoa! Who's just reached the target of 50%? Donald! Donald, what are you doing? Donald is sending huge amounts of red roses to Scottie McCLUE. Guys, it's just coming up to 8:15. I will tell you exactly when it does it. And maybe hat and mustache. And you might all have to dash off. So there we are. As soon as it hits 8:15, which is done right now, I'm your man. I tell you, Donald, what are you doing? Please don't bankrupt yourself with your generosity to Scottie McCLUE. Donald is sending literally hundreds of red roses. We're going to meet our target. Oh, Donald, thank you. Is this Scottie McCLUE that used to do the real radio phone-in? Classic hit rewind. It most certainly is. Dinky-Doo to you. Scottie, I doubt anyone could outwit you. Oh, Neil the Scot. These 2 labs were very clever. A wee look. A chance of another wee treat. What about a walk? I mean, you think a dog can look at you, and about 2 minutes later, you're walking down the street in the bucketing rain. You know, it's clever. It's clever. Good morning, Scottie. West Sussex here. We love West Sussex. Are you near Brighton and Hove? Did you Hove interview Donald? What have you done? Guys, Donald has given well over 200 red roses to Scottie McCLUE. New Indoors is now sending red roses at a terrific rate. Yes, we're about 35 minutes drive away. Oh my goodness, 80% of target. And you never, ever, ever have to give Scottie McCLUE anything. We are free at the point of delivery to you. But if you are feeling flush, then, whoa, we've achieved target. Guys, target. What's going on? I tell you. 80% of the goals completed, and now the whole lot's completed. Ah, Davy Hughes, Dinky-Doo, good morning to you. Tina's joined us as well. Lovely to have you with us, Tina. Spread the word about Scottie McCLUE Live. Get your notifications sorted out. Visit the YouTube channel. You'll see the URL in the bio. See what I just did? What am I like? I tell you. Right, here we got here. Follow us as soon as you can. Share the live. Encourage more viewers. Guys, let's build Scottie McCLUE on TikTok. It's not a lot to ask, and you can all do it. I mean, my goodness me, you know. Please say good morning to my wife, Lorna. She loves listening to you. She's a good Kilsyth woman. Well, Jay, as we know, virtually all Kilsyth women are good women. You know what I mean? Because they're well-bred and they have a good background. A lot of them have a background in the colliery. Not necessarily the women in the colliery, but Kilsyth Colliery. And when I was a wee boy, Kilsyth Colliery had a fabulous pipe band. So there you are. Want to go metal detecting? Oh, yes. Get a few bottle tops up. That would be good. My friend went around digging up half the world and came back with, I think it was 3 old pennies and 6 bottle tops. So he'd done quite well. And the wee spade, you get the wee spade to go with it, but you could hit the big time. So keep going, I say. What else have we got? Thank you for following, everybody. That is so kind of you. Very much appreciated. If you've just joined us, you're watching Scottie McCLUE. Guys, we've got 1,000. I once had 30,000. And I thought you could never, ever, ever beat that. This is in 1 hour. I ended up with 46,000. Must be a record. Scott says I did. Thank you, Scott. You're very kind. Scott Shothouse. There we are. I tell you, there we are. You're not related, are you, to the Shothouse of the dance band, are you? I did. I tell you, I did, Scott. We love this. Guys, this is wonderful. If you've just joined us, a massive dinky-doo to you. And we need 100 followers right now. So if you haven't followed, just up to the top left, I think it is, click the plus. Am I right? So there you are. Which part of Scotland I from? Oh, am I from? I'm from the West Coast, but I've worked all over Scotland. Could be. Who they? So there we are. It was the Bert Shothouse Band. They used to play at royal occasions. Have you ever heard of the Antonine Wall in Kilsyth? Thanks for mentioning my wife. She was delighted. Jay, I know the Antonine Wall very well. It runs from, I think, Bowling. It goes through Bears Den and New Kilpatrick. So there you are. I was born in Dundee. I think you mean Dundee. I was in Dundee. You do, Shane. I was in Dundee the other day. Very nice. Shopped at the Mid-Craigie, Ken. Foo's your dues for cracking pan drips, fit like the day. Oh, we're just chaffing awa on the TikTok. And fit like your sale. I was thinking in here maybe a couple of softies and a buttery for my breakfast. And maybe put a wee bitty of tatty's scone with rain growing. Ken. And oh, the hoosies. The hoosies in Aberdeen. I was in Aberdeen last week and oh, the hoosies. Out at the Mano Field. Ah, beautiful. Oh, the woodwork. Tremendous. Have you not had black pudding? Yes, Shane. I had black pudding last week, Stornoway. Black pudding, beautiful. Donald, what have you done? Donald's put in another 234 red roses. She sounds nae bad like Ken. OMG, I loved you on Century FM in Manchester. Gutted when you left. Well, you shouldn't have been gutted because they gave you... Who did they give you again? The chap that did the telly. Oh, that's terrible. His name's gone out of my head. The guy that did the telly. Jeremy Kyle. They gave you Jeremy Kyle in my place. And the poor soul had to follow Scottie McCLUE. Oh, my goodness. How's things, says Mark. We are very well. Nobody here as good as you, says the Magic of Wax. Oh, Magic of Wax, you're very kind. I've just done another hat and moustache. The Scott FM days were the best. Do you know, Sean, it's so interesting. Follow us, guys, as soon as you can. I would move to Scotland in a heartbeat to one of the islands. Well, it's funny, because another hat and moustache. My aunt said, don't go to an island, because she'd spent her life on islands. There we are. I tell you. Follow us as soon as you can. You have a Scots received pronunciation accent. You are very, very kind. I think, do all Scots not speak like this? Apart from Fitford Daneware with a Doric, Ken. Now there you are. I mind learning a nice piece of Doric, and it was the auctioneer. That's it. Auctioneer, he delivers himself thus. New Indoors has just sent me huge, huge gifts. Thank you indoors. Everybody get following. Do you know what happened to wee Bob? Yes, I do, Shawnee. And it's very sad. Wee Bob passed away about maybe 3 or 6 months ago. And I think he was only about 61. He'd gone abroad, and the so-called family, I think, had taken his money off him. And he was very, very poor. And then he took ill and sadly passed away. I'm thinking of going to Milport for a wee break. Have you been, Jay? I know Milport like the back of my hand. Where's the back of my hand? I used to have relatives stayed in Crawford Street and Cardiff Street. Yes, indeed, and love it. Absolutely love it. And when I worked on the boats used to go there. The Ashton and the Leven went from Largs, the Countess of Breadalbin, the Keppel, the Maid of Cumbria. All these boats used to go. Scottie used to listen to you years ago. So good to hear you're back. I tell you. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Scottie, have you had your Cocoa Pops? I'm not into the Cocoa Pops because they make the milk go brown. I love Milport, the magical island. Oh, it's beautiful. Crocodile Rock. Dancing to the Crocodile Rock. Do you remember the Maid of the Loch on Loch Lomond? Jock, I do. It was an old friend of mine that made the engines for the Maid of the Loch. Rankin and Blackmore in Greenock. The Eagle Foundry, bombed during the war. And the wonderful Jim Ferrier made the engines for the Maid of the Loch. And also the engines for the Waverley. Yes, Rankin and Blackmore at Greenock. The Waverley was built at A&J Ingalls at Point House at Govan. And they floated her down the river 1947 into the harbour at Greenock, and they trundled the engines down, all beautifully made. They trundled them down and fitted them to the Waverley, and they are still chuffing a war. Fantastic, taking the Waverley all over the world. Follow us, guys, as soon as you possibly can. Fit like Scottie Faye the Granite City. You know your boats and steamers, sir. I love it. The Maid of the Loch was wonderful. But they said she was already becoming obsolete when they built her. They had to... See, the problem's getting stuff into Loch Lomond. And what they had to do with one of the steamers in 1912, I think it was the Prince Edward, they had to wait. She missed the tide up the Leven into the loch. And they had to wait a year with her. And then what they did was they had to get all the school kids to come out of school and stand on her to make her go down enough to go under a bridge. That was a great boat. Went on a mini trip with the school. Jock, she was wonderful. Paddle steamer. I think they're restoring her, and I think she might be back in steam. I'm sure I've seen that engine steamed up. You're such a respectful guy, Scottie, reading all the comments. Almost never happens. Kelly, it should always happen. The reason I come on here, Kelly, I have nothing to prove. I have no agenda. I'm apolitical. You know, I just enjoy a blether with the people. And it seems to go down well on TikTok. You know, from that point of view, we're also on YouTube. So get following on YouTube if you possibly can. That was a great boat. Yes, absolutely. So you must read people's comments out. And a wee trip from Milport a couple of years ago in the Waverley was a wonderful experience. Isn't she beautiful? The big sliders and the paddles. Used to listen to you and Tiger Tim when I was younger. Glad you're back. Oh, we love Tiger Tim. You know, Tiger Tim is an absolute gem of a man. And I went into Radio Clyde one night, and here was Tim in reception. And do you know what he said to me? You'll never guess this, right? This is one of the most famous people on the planet, Tiger Tim. Great DJ, lovely guy. He says, "Do you remember me?" Now, for goodness sake, Tim, everybody remembers you. Wonderful man. There we are, Loch Lomond, a man who has struggled you know, with a condition for years. And what a brave, lovely person. If anybody's talking to Tim, you tell him McCLUE's asking for him. There we are. Loch Lomond, soon to be known as Flamingo. No chance. I tell you. Interesting, very interesting that somebody wants to do that. Scottie, Trump 2024, with a banjo on my knee in Alabama. You all have a nice day now. I tell you, we love Trump. Trump will actually save the world. See the shambles at the moment and what we've got as so-called leaders. Absolutely. Get Mr. Trump into the Oval Office now. Never mind elections and all that. Emergency powers, get him in now. I saw you 2 weeks ago in Inverness, but I was scared to approach you. Well, it wasn't me, Joe, so you'd nothing to be scared of as far as I know. But then we don't know who you were looking at. So maybe you were right to be cautious. But no, I wasn't in Snecky 2 weeks ago, but I wasn't far away. You still do a wee turn on your box? We do, big lady. We've still got the box. I might even give you a tune at some point. Where is the box? Yes. There's the box there. Let me know, guys, if you want a tune in the box, and I'll give you a wee tune in the box. We'll sit it up here in case somebody says yes. Most people will say no. No, we do not, Scottie. I tell you. Used to listen to you too, says Big Lady. There we are. Fitted windows for Tim 20-odd years ago. New indoors. Wonderful, man. New indoors. What would 8 windows cost nowadays? Tell me. So there we go. Now, what have we got here? Follow us as soon as you possibly can, guys. We need everybody on TikTok should be following Scottie McCLUE. There's no reason not to. You know, do you know what I mean? Just because I'm knocking on a wee bit is no excuse. I tell you. Who have we got here? Is everybody rushing out? It's 8:30. In fact, it's 8:31. If you're going for the 8:30 bus, you might have missed it. Yes, a tune, says Gills. Definitely, go for it. Yeah, well, we don't want anybody turning off. Right, let's have some more people saying if they want a tune on the box. I've got some top people here saying yes. Good morning to you, says Lars. Lars, good morning to Svenska. Lovely to have you with us. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. We need another 50 followers. I tell you. Thank you for all your gorgeous gifts. You never, ever, ever owe McCLUE anything. But if you're feeling flush, hat, mustache, roses, anything you can find. And if anybody is very flush, stick a biggie in. Do you know what would be lovely? Just once, somebody that's got a few quid to spare, put a biggie in. I'm talking something huge. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked. Just a wee minute. Need to blow the hoot out. Oh, pardon me. There we go. It covers a variety of sins, doesn't it? Blowing your nose. Many a late night spent listening to your phone-in show back in the day, Scottie. Thanks for following everybody. We're getting some really big followers now. This is amazing. Everybody follows Scottie McCLUE. Dinky-Doo, just for you. Yep, give us a tune, Scottie, says Linda. Belt out a tune for Canadian barn dance. Yeehaw! Have you ever danced Cotton Eye Joe? All depends on the specs, Scottie. Ballpark supply fitted around 4K. Wow. Time I need to get saving up. Get you around here, new indoors. Are you west of Scotland? That would be amazing. The Donald say name here. I've got a good aim. No. Wrong. Good morning from Beaumore in Isla, says the wonderful Ali McNeil. Ha camera ha u ha kima maha. Falchi ki de mili falchi don TikTok. Agus bio YouTube. And lovely to have you with us, Ali and Dinky-Doo. Love to you, to your family, and to the Round Church in Beaumore. as the devil canna hide in the corners. There's no devil in Bowmore. The devil wouldn't dare to visit Bowmore. He'd get what for? He'd get shot shrift. We're going to have a tune. Are you watching the Olympics? I've seen bits of it. Everybody was very disappointed in the opening, of course. But yes, I've seen wee bits and what have you. Clydebank based, 4K, based on bigger windows and smaller, obviously cheaper. Excellent stuff. I will get saving. There's too much whiskey in Bowmore. We love the Bowmore. There we are. I don't drink at all now, Ali, but I used to love an Islay whiskey. And I loved the story of my cousin's old friend, Bessie Williamson. And Bessie ended up running Lafroig, I think owning Lafroig. My wife, Lorna, is away to visit her mum in Kilsyth. Please give her a wee mention. A mention to Lorna and a mention to Lorna's mum in Kilsyth. The devil went down to Georgia and got a vote. Some will get it. Oh, and Neil, of course. They certainly will. What's your favourite whiskey? Well, as I say, I don't drink the whiskey now, but I used to have two main favourites in the malts. And if I felt like something peaty, salty, seaweedy, I would go for an Islay or a Jura. And if I wanted something with more of a sort of clear, sharp taste, I would go for a Speyside. I tell you, you can't beat an Islay whiskey. So there you are. I love Gleva, says Stephen. Well, of course, that's a Gaelic word. Gleva. It's got to be Lafroig. Oh, I can remember it. Just a wee sip and then... There we are. I can remember doing something for somebody and they wanted to give me something and I said, no, I don't need a thing, thank you. I've always been a wee bit generous with my time, but that's fine. We've had lots of it. And when are you next going to Ibrox, says GT? Oh, I don't know. Do you know I nearly had a career as a top commentator? I'll tell you the story in a minute if you haven't heard it before. Sending love from Glasgow, Scottie. You're looking well, says Sophie. Dinky-Doo, Sophie. Lovely to have you with us, and a big Dinky-Doo, I tell you. Elizabeth's joined us, so there we go. What do we got here? Thank you for the mention. Scottie, you're a gentleman. Jay, no problem at all. Love from St Andrews, fella. Hope you're well. I love St Andrews. I fancied staying in St Andrews, but I had a wee look at the house prices. I tell you. Good morning, Elizabeth. How lovely to have you with us. Dinky-Doo, Elizabeth 1024. Dan has just joined us. Lovely to have you with us, Dan and Dinky-Doo. Guys, I need a lot more following, please. Everybody should follow. If you've got a TikTok account, you should be following Scottie McCLUE. It's as simple as that. Bit expensive these days, eh? Oh, yes. I think I might have to rent. Dinky-Doo, bro. I'll tell you what I find with St Andrews. And I find it with Tarbert in Argyll. When you drive into St Andrews, all your cares in the world fall away. That's assuming you don't have a mortgage on a big house in St Andrews. But, you know, and I can remember as a wee one, my father was great for the odd weekend away. He felt it was good. And we stayed in the station hotel and went to the fireworks at Craigton Park. Do you know Craigton Park? How did you almost have a career as a commentator? Right, I'll tell you this, and then I'll give you a tune on the squeeze box, okay? Morning from Dalkeith, just outside Edinburgh. I know Dalkeith very well. I used to stay between the Saltoons, East and West Saltoon, and out at Pencaitland, Ken, and near Haydonton, Ken. And I would quite often shop in Dalkeith on a Friday night, pop into the store at Dalkeith and have a blether with the people. Used to go, "Hey, Scottie, enjoying the show, eh?" And they were great people, I tell you. Morning, sunny Gavin. Morning, sunny Gavin. With your lovely sunny radio station, we love it. Dinky-Doo to Stevie and his Cone team, keeping the roads colourful. Now, Jim, I send huge respect and love to Stevie. And I'll tell you for why. You guys are so brave. Oh, let's get rid of notification guy. Let's sack him for being a dafty. There we are. Bye-bye, notification. We're blocking you. He's gone. There we go. That'll teach them. You always get the wee troll trying to be a smarty pants. I lived in Scotland for 6 years. I miss it so much. I studied nursing in Aberdeen. Elizabeth, huge respect to you. There was a wee that came from Fife, a wee test. He was a Cooper J. There was a wee Cooper came from Fife, nickety noo noo noo. He has taken a gentle wife. Hey willy wallacky hoo, John Dougal Lane, Quirashty roo roo roo. Am I right? So there you are, Dinky-Doo. Now, there we go, notification, yes indeed. OMG, listened to you in your radio show when I was 10, now early 40s. Loved you. I loved you guys more than you loved me. I loved you. Because you were great. I've just followed you. Get following. Now, story about commentator. I was in the radio station and I was telling a joke, and the joke involved just a snippet of football commentary. And I was telling this joke, and I had a good cairn of people round me at the time. And I said, "Oh, there we go, and out to Smith, what a cross!" And he called me over and he went, "Scottie, your radio show was brilliant. The phone-ins were hilarious. You're so honest. Louise, we loved it." Me too. I used to steal my radio in the night while my parents slept. Blimey, Scottie, I used to listen to your phone-in on Hallam years ago. Sneak, not steal. That's it, Kelly. You're 100% correct. Thanks for the rendition. What about that, Jay? Anyway, the head of sport called me over. He went, "Scottie, do you want to join us in the commentary box on Saturday at the big game?" I think it was Rangers Celtic game. Glasgow Old Firm Derby, we call it now. And I said, I don't actually know very much about football. And he said, and I thought this was a beautiful comment. He said, "Oh, you'll fit in well with the rest of us then." Which was a lovely thing to say. But if I'd known about football or been a football buff, I would have got myself a job as a commentator. Who knows? I might be your man. Good evening and welcome to Hampden Park. Scottie McCLUE with you throughout the game. Just to look at who's with us playing tonight, of course, we'll start off with Rangers. And out back, Scottie, a very good morning from the Black Country region. Dennis, I love the Black Country region. Proper people, hard-working. Yes, indeed. I tell you, very hard-working. We need to get you more jobs. So there we go. These dumplings that have just got in need to get you more jobs. Yes, jobs for the people. More followers, please. We need another 100 followers. Scottie, lovely to have you with us. A road to scratch, Dinky-Doo. Right, you want a tune on the squeeze box. You're not allowed to scroll. Are we ready? I don't know what this will sound like. Right, you ready? Now's your chance. There you go. How's that? A wee tune of the squeeze box for my beautiful, beautiful TikTokers. As the dirty Tory government's ruined the region, Scottie, well, Thatcher ruined the country. Scottie, were you near on the subs bench in the Argentina 78? Neil the Scot, you got me. I tell you. There we are. If you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McCLUE. This is the big one. We have to finish at 9 o'clock sharp because everybody's starting the day. They don't want the likes of me popping up. I tell you, Davey's just joined us. Guys, if you can follow as soon as you come on. 4,700 likes. Tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap. I tell you. So there we go. Now then, what have we got here? Yazzy's just joined us. Danny's joined us as well. Bubbles has joined. Mark has joined. Fantastic stuff. Followers, Lalabelle, thank you so much for following. Nathan Noah has joined us. Football Edits has just joined us. DINKY-DOO, I say to you. Oh, hello there. Hello there, Imp. Lovely to have you with us. Kareem's just joined us. Hello, Kareem. Scottie McCLUE. There we are. You've got McCLUE there. It's just McCLUE. You can take the R out. I tell you. Peter's just joined us. DINKY-DOO. I tell you. That is fantastic. Who have we got here? Where are you from? I am from Scotland. Schottland. Nicht Deutsch sprechen, ich bin ein Ausländer, nicht verstehen. There we are. Hash Brown, we'll just have to send you away now for being very, very silly. We'll mute you. We'll not throw you off. Scottie McCLUE, a blast from the past. Hello, Lalabelle. Guess what part? From the west coast at the moment. But we've worked all over Scotland, of course. Hello from sunny Govans, says Michelle. Michelle, a privilege to have you on. 5,500 likes. Who's tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap? As I say, we once got, I think it was 46,000. It was just crazy. And you are, I am, well, I won't give you my age. You're famous, I see. Very, very, very famous. Well, no, I would say well known. 2 billion people know Scottie McCLUE. There are apparently about 8 billion people in the world. So that means I'm only known to 25% of the world. That means that 6 billion don't know me, including the Emperor Penguins. I used to listen back in the 90s when I was a teenager in Chesterfield. What station was it? Hallam FM. Radio Hallam in Sheffield. What an amazing voice. Have a great day, sir. Oh, Stan, you're very kind. Hallam FM, yeah, that was it. David, you're right. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know if this will mean anything to anybody on here. But dinner tonight has been planned, and it's 2 beef olives. There you go. I feel slightly guilty talking about beautiful food like that when I know people are getting a bit. 6 billion are missing out, a bit tight for food. I'm having beef olives, says Andrew. Good one. Love the beef olives. Well, we're having 2. Tonight. Loved it when I was a teenager. Me and my sisters used to love your show, says Michelle. Do you know, Michelle, I've never ever met a member of the public who did not love the Scottie McCLUE phone-in. And yet, we had a dafty that got rid of it from the station. I mean, I went on, trebled my salary, went to a much bigger station, blah, blah, blah. But I felt very, very sorry for the people of Scotland. What shows us the Scottie McCLUE phone-in 32 years of it. Very true, says Michelle. Absolutely. So the people were just devastated. But they did, in actual fact, they punished the radio station for it by withdrawing their listenership. Very interesting. I think 80,000 to 100,000 people left the audience. Maybe a tin of meatballs. A tin of meatballs. Scott FM. Scotland from the Sky, the L107 phone in. L107 was a great station, but we did have a stewardship problem there, as you probably know. We listened every night in Beaumont, says Shawnee. Shawnee, I hope you're on the straight and narrow now. So there we are. Now, hi, Scottie. How are you, says Rachel. Rachel, so lovely to have you with us, and a big dinky-doo to you, I say to you. Now, who have we got here? There we go. Just dealing with a wee troll, guys. All done. And never listen to that station again. You're the only reason we listen to it. Oh, Michelle, it was a great radio station, though, and great music, great people, but just such a shame. Isn't it interesting? Some people throw out the baby with the bathwater. Good morning, Mr. McCLUE, radio legend, Lionheart, Dinky-Doo. Chicken a la orange, is it? No, it's no. No, a beef olive is not chicken a la orange. I have to tell you, Imp. So there you are. I'm talking about the early 90s. Yes, the early 90s, that's right. We started 30 years ago this year at Scott FM. 30 years ago. We started. The banter on the phone-in was brilliant. I had to laugh quietly, not to wake the parents up. Well, Kelly Kay, did we not have some absolute rockets used to ring? The rockets rang, and it was great stuff. There we are. Kuljit has joined us. Could we say you'll be having a few beverages tonight? Well, no, I don't drink alcohol. So I'll be having a few glasses of Scottish water. Lol, says Kelly. The rocket's ringing. Guys, we've only got 12 minutes. I need another 60 followers. As soon as you possibly can. Who else have we got here? Alex joined us. The rockets were dealt with accordingly. They were, Michelle. They got fired. They got fired off. And we do it again. Ewan and Alan Ruff, don't do the football phone-in. On the football phone-in before you started. Yes, Ruffy and Ewan. Fantastic guys. Loved it. What was your famous catchphrase you said on radio again? Dinky-Doo. D-I-N-K-Y hyphen capital D-double-O. There we are. Capital D-I-N-K-Y. Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo. That was your greeting. If you come on, and there was a halfwit used to ring, and he would try and be a smarty pants, and he would say, do Dinky. And we wouldn't let him on, and he was furious. He got cut off. The theme song was class. Oh, Shawnee. There's a moose loose about this hoose. Da-da-da-da-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Emp says, how long were you on radio? Well, I've been on radio since I was 9, but I think probably top adult professionally about 35 years. So there you are. Was it not the talk about the wee fatties? Well, the wee fatties. Well, we used to help the wee fatties, didn't we? We looked after them. Still listen to the Scott FM jingle on YouTube. Scott FM. Fantastic. What a station. How did you get into radio? Well, I started in television, Kelly. I was a serious newscaster for ITV for about 7 years. And then I started a radio station in central Scotland called Central FM. It was Centre Sound. And I set that up for them in 1990. and it's still on air and doing very well 34 years later. And then I got invited to do the phone-in. So there you are. There was a show for Terry McGetty. Yes, Terry, great guy. So there you are. And good fun. We used to have some great banter. That was that, I tell you. Treforsky, DINKY-DOO, there's Alex. I remember wee fat Bob. Yes, James, we were just saying earlier, sadly, wee Bob passed away. And I was sorry to hear that. About 3 or 4 months ago, I think it was. Quite recent. But I had a wonderful interview with them, with Jeff Szynski, who used to be the big boss at Radio Scotland. And Jeff had great faith in me and gave me a show with the wonderful Leslie Riddoch. We just did a week. We were filling in for the fantastic guy, Fred McCLUE, that did the morning show on Radio Scotland. And Leslie and I filled in for a week, and it was great. And I thank Jeff for that to this day. I'll always hold fond memories of Radio Collins, apart from a time my radio got confiscated, says Kelly. Did Ma and Pa take it away? Kelly, some of the funniest calls used to be wee guys pretending they were hard men. And their voices had just broken. I used to say to them, come back when your spheres have descended. And their voices had just broken. They were going good. McCLUE, we're going to come and get you. And then you'd hear their mother come in. Right, the pair of yous, put that out if I told you not to listen to that. And go, come on, Ma, we're talking to Scottie. Great hoot. The whole of central Scotland in uproar. And why not? And have you ever had anything like it since? No. All gone. Just wallpaper. Radio's wallpaper now. There we go. Banging out the tunes. CHOONS. I'll tell you, Scott was a real specialist station. It was beautiful. It had news, sport, brilliant music, talk, the phone-ins, great jocks. I don't know. Some people, you know, although it was set up by 2 television stations, and they know their stuff. And the self-opinionated single mothers, yes, William. Conversation ain't the same these days. Do you mind Watch with Mother? That's serious old school. Jay, I watched with Mother. The telly, there was only one channel we could get, and that was BBC Television. The lovely lady up the stairs from us, she could get ITV and used to invite us up to see Robin Hood. Associated Rediffusion. ITV had started in 1955. And this would be about 1959. And Watch with Mother, on a Monday, it was Picture Book. On a Tuesday, it was Andy Pandy and Luby Lou. On a Wednesday, it was Bill and Ben, the Flower Pot Men. On a Thursday, it was Ragtag and Bobtail. 3 wee creatures. And on a Friday it was the Wooden Tops with Mum and Dad and Sam, who worked with the Wooden Tops, and Row, the dog. What was the dog called on the Wooden Tops? I used to have a great laugh listening at the night shift, Scottie. El Gyro was fantastic. El Gyro, the Mexican, he used to come on. You know, I said to him, you're talking about a nonsense, right, Mexican? He was, yes, perhaps I have too many lagueros. You have an amazing memory. I actually do have quite a good memory, Jay, but sometimes I struggle with stuff I just saw yesterday, you know. What was the name of that thing I was watching? Do you remember Rediffusion Television with the clicker on the wall? Near remote for us? Yes, Neil. Associated Rediffusion had the clock. You know, they had the big clock, black and white, all quite shaky in these days. A bit like this, you know, that stuff, wonderful. Just to get the picture centered, 405 lines. But we had, the telly opened up at lunchtime and then closed down again and opened up at 5 o'clock. And Scottish television had the 1 o'clock gang. And there are still members of the 1 o'clock gang with us. Fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful setup. So there you are. Who have we got here? Larry Marshall, Dorothy Paul, Jimmy Nairn. Who else was in the 1 o'clock gang? Come on, guys, you all know. 10,000 people watching. We've only got 5 minutes. I need another 20 followers. So if you're watching right now, actually everybody on TikTok should follow Scottie McCLUE. I tell you that for nothing. Clyde has joined us, DINKY-DOO, Retro Revival, Barbara's joined us. This is wonderful. Get following, guys. Pop up to the top left and tap the plus sign. Then Mary's just followed us. Thank you, Mary. Very much appreciated. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Hard to believe you went upstairs for a better TV signal. Well, gee, my dad, Big Archie, lovely man, he used to be up on, standing up on the dining table with a big kind of long pole of an aerial, and we would be down watching the set going, no, better, hold it there. And of course it was, but what he did, we had great big windows, big Victorian windows. And I remember he got the pole to sit in the window space. It was flexy and we got a signal. And some people, good day, Scottie, good day, MSCR. Some people used to have 2 wee rods with a little red plastic thing so you didn't get it in your eye when you were over at the telly set. And they sat up 2 wee knitting needles sitting in the top, and that got a picture. I tell you. Or a coat hanger. Well, Lalabelle, there were all sorts of things tried. Greenock Legend, 572 Dinky-Doo. I'm cooking a wee barbecue at the moment. I hope you're well, mate, MSCR. You're having a barbie? Are you having some tinnies? Tell us how are the roos doing down under? Are you down under? Where are you watching from? I think you should tell us. Do you know what this does? The TikTok live brings us all together, guys. There's a few titties sunk, mate. Oh, I'll tell you, mate. Is it ice cold? I'm in Sydney in Australia. You're in New South Wales. We love it. Dinky-Doo, love to Sydney, I say. There we go, Sydney Harbour. Need to pop off. Have a good day, Scottie. Kelly Kay, have a gorgeous day. You deserve the best of everything. Scottish improvisation, you can't beat it. Oh, Neil, the Scots, you'll never beat the Scots for genius. Good morning, sir. I was on the bridge today, says MSCR, on the bridge of the ship. Oh, you were in Sydney Harbour Bridge. Wow, we love it. When was that built? Was it the 30s? I remember folks saying, point your aerial towards shots. Well, they were quite right, because you had 2, you still got them, 2 huge transmitter masts halfway across central Scotland on a high point. You've got Kirko Shots, which used to be the BBC, I think still is, although I think somebody else owns the transmitters. The Harbour Bridge, says MSCR. And you've got Black Hill for Scottish television. And we were on the radio, I think we're on Black Hill as well. 159 members of the team. Richard Tanner, your kindness is huge. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your lovely gifts, everybody. Guys, I'm going to have to go in 1 minute. I need another 5 followers. 5 followers, and then I've got to go. I've got to go. Oh, I've got to go now. I love you.